Namaste, I'm Dr. Sanjit Karki. Today I'm going to give some uh, talk on uh, the research budgeting and Gantt chart. So as you know, budget means it's a quantitative expressions of a financial plan for future expenses on the project in a given period of time. So it demonstrates the required cost in different aspects of the proposed project. And as we know, there is always a budget section in our proposal, so that we need to fulfill. We need to fill it and complete, and to before submission of the proposals. And as we know, uh, mm, it's a very key element in grant applications. As we know, for every grant, to getting a winning research proposal grants, there is always two things is needed. One is the innovative research problem with the best probable ideas to tackle it. So apart from this idea, the another part, what we needed is the good budget to 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 get a grant from the different organizations. So the budget section has a two section. One is the direct cost, and the another one is the indirect cost. So direct cost, these are the costs that are directly attributed to the to for doing the research, and they are the personals, materials, equipments, travels and miscellaneous. And in miscellaneous, we go through the guidelines for the institutions, IRC or ERB, whether they need the review fee or not. So we need to cost it also. So in personal, it includes the salaries, allowance to the principal investigator, research assistants, technicians, and supporting staffs. And in materials and equipments, these are the things that might be required during our the research projects. Like they may be recurring things like consumables, chemicals, glasswares, diagnostic kits, stationaries, whereas the non-recurring things, like they are the accessories, the computers or laptops, or different electronic items that is needed. And in travel cost, that could be the cost for attending the meetings, conference, trainings. And another aspect is the indirect cost, also known as overhead charges. And usually this cost is around 5 to 15% of the total budgets. And these are the costs that are not directly related to our research work, but they are needed to run the project. So they are the office spaces, for the cost for the lighting, heating, maintenance, library services, etc. And the another aspects in the budget section is the budget justification. So every items that is in the every items that is in the budget sections, that we have to justify. So why it is needed, what is the purposes that it fulfill in the research, so that should be justified in our budget. So there are some simple rules in budgeting. As we know, budget is the reflection of our work, different work activities in a financial plan. So we need to list all our activities before budgeting and check the rules. So and this is very important aspects while doing budget, especially for getting grants from different funding organizations. And uh, and we need to go through the different their policies, guidelines. And we should ensure that what are the expenses that are eligible, or not. And here I want to highlight to, like, in what about the salaries, like the funding organization, are giving a provided salary for the investigators, are provided or not. The another aspects is the what is the maximum limit for the overhead, or that is indirect charge. And the other one is the what is the maximum limit for the contingency charge. So these are the things while you should go through these policies and and that should be addressed before going to make up budgets. And you need to cost for each items and put all those activities, all those the list of activities and the justifying budget justifications in a spreadsheet. So this is the tables I have taken from the NMA journal and Nepal Medical Association journal in 2004. It's from one of the scoping review. So there are some list of nationals and international funding organizations that is helping giving grants in different research activities. In national, there are three governmental bodies. One is UGC, the another one is NHRC and NAS. There are other different governmental institutional based and private institutions. They are giving grants. In international, they are the WHO, Research Council of Norway, National Institute of Health, and John Hopkins University. And as we are working in the past, we should not forget regarding this the memorial trace in the name of late Professor Nilam Adhikari. So it has a in for a 1 year duration, there is a budget of around 10 lakhs that can be distributed in different subjects of interest. So we should get opportunities from this. So coming to this slide, this is the template for the our institutional PAHS IRC IRC proposals. So in this section, one column is the list of the items that has be mentioned in the budgets, and the other is the quantity, cost, and total. And one thing is the maximal miscellaneous charges that can be give the ceiling for the maximum miscellaneous charges is 10% in past budgets. So this is the templates for the WHO budget. So there are a list of the items that can be spent in the research work, and then another table is for the budget justifications. And what the WHO budgets is like, they do not allow for the salary for the principal investigators, and there is no province for the allowing the overhead or indirect charges. And there is also another chart in the WHO budget section that there are additional funding, whether by the researcher itself or their organizations. So that should be written clearly. So coming to the another important source of grants for faculty, that is the UGC university grant commissions. They are giving grants in different headings like fellowships in MPhil, PhD, research promotion grant, infrastructure development grants. So our main focus is in these three grants. One is the collaborative research grants, the another one is the faculty research grants, and small research development and innovation grants. So these three grants again subdivide into different classes from class A to D, and the maximum amount can be given in collaborative research grant is a 20 lakhs. Similarly, in faculty research grant, it is 4 lakhs, and in small RDI grant it's 1,50,000. I have taken all this from the fifth guideline that was published in 2019. So as we know, this UCG is the major source of grant, giving grant to different research activities. So whenever you're applying for your for the grants, you go through the even maybe the available recent guidelines before applying the proposal for budgets. So there are list of items that can be divided in a different heading, like in personal, laboratory, field cost, office costs, consultant service, students, facility, and administrative cost. I want to highlight. So there in personal cost, the maximum remuneration to the investigator is not more than 10%. And on another thing I want to highlight is the overhead, that is indirect cost. So their maximum limit is 10% of the total budgets, and they allow only up to 5% for the contingency cost. So after this brief on the budgets, I will go on some couple of slides and Gantt charts. So Gantt chart is the chart that it illustrates our project schedules. So what are the things? What are the list of the things that are going to do in our research works that should be listed in the vertical axis, and the time taken for individual work should be in the horizontal axis, and the width of this individual bar represent the durations of each activity. So why we needed cancer? As we know, research is the time bound, so we there is a clear demarcation of time from the starting of writing the research proposal to the final submission to publications. There is a time bound, so in order to clear planning and organizations for proper time management, and to track the whether the task that has been to be done, whether it is it progresses or not. And there are different tasks or activities in the research that are independent. For example, like until and unless you have a proper data collection, you can't analyze the data, so they are interdependent. It gives a clear picture, so whether it is got finished in time or not. Similarly, it's an important tool for communications, and as I said, it is the essential for grant applications. So this is the template of Gantt chart from the past. You see the list of activities in one columns and the time frame in the another columns. So we can make a Gantt chart in Microsoft Excel or Google Sheet. I have linked a video in the YouTube. Go through this video. It's very useful video while making the Gantt charts. And there are all, if you are there are other online tools like Team Gantt, Gantt Project, Office Timeline. It helps you to make a good Gantt chart. So I'll give you some briefly on how to make a Gantt chart in Excel. So I'm opening my Excel file. Okay, I'll got this. So this is my Excel sheet. So I've already written what are the tasks or work that has to be done in this research work. So these are my list of work in this one columns, and these are the date of start date of that individual task. And in another column is the end date, and this is the time durations in a days that is needed to complete this. So before going to make a Gantt charts, you need to change something, that is the date. You can go make a chart with this date. So you need to convert just all the highlight this and left click and enter into the format cell. So change it to the number. Okay. So once you copy all the select the task and the start date, and after this we need this column also. So press a command and click the durations. Okay, what this only these three columns what we needed to make a Gantt charts, and go to the top button. There is click the insert and look for the recommended charts. So you see there are different recommended charts shown. So our interest is in this stack bar. So, okay, so once you click it, it gives your chart. This chart is not finer one, so you need to edit a lot to make a finer chart. So first thing is you change this date, this number into date. Go again back the same things. Click the format cells with the date. Okay, okay, it's a date, and you can see these are the list of the things, but in this chart it is in the reverse order. So you need to change this reverse order. So click the left button, insert, click the format axis, and the bottom is the category in reverse order. Okay, now it will go. You can see in the date it looks like more clumsy. You need to move. So you click the buttons and change the axis of this date. So make it 90-degree rotation. So it looks more better than the previous chart. Okay, then we don't need this blue bar. So click the blue bar and go to this field. The no fields, border also no. So okay. So there is a gap in between prior our study and the study task and after the study. So we don't need this gap. So going in the time frame, go in the format axis, and you see you decrease the date to starting date. Okay, 16/08/2025. Okay, okay, okay. And go again. Then use comes and it says just a minute. Control Z. Okay. Okay. So it gives you a better than whatever way we get it initially. So it is more or less looks like Gantt chart now. So you can delete whatever is not needed. Delete this. Okay. Now it becomes a Gantt chart for your resource work. So I hope this video helps a lot while making a good budgets and making a Gantt charts. And with this, I like to end my presentations. Save and thank you. Go to the Zoom.